Welcome back to Gas Diesel Garage, everyone. My name is Jack, and I'm here to make sure you don't get screwed by the dealer. So stay tuned. Now, the vehicle we got today is a 2008 Jeep Liberty with the 3.7 liter V6 engine, and it needs a water pump. And believe it or not, this water pump is actually fairly easy to do. Now, if you guys are wondering, yes, we did pressure test this system. We pressure tested right here from the radiator cap, and yes, it was leaking from the water pump. So too bad I don't have that footage. I apologize. Well, let's just get right to it. First thing we got to do is we need to take off this right here. This would be the whole assembly with the coolant reservoir and the washer fluid. Just take that out of your way and you'll see how easy this thing is. Now, next thing we need to do is we need to get this fan shroud out. But of course, cool thing is, this one's got electric fans, so we don't have to deal with taking the actual fan, mechanical fan out. So easy as pie. All we gotta do is take this 10mm bolt out right here on this side, and then there's a 10mm bolt on this side, and then it pops right on out. And of course, unplug your electric fan plug, and it slides right on out, just like that. See how that opens up as soon as you take out that fan shroud? Now all we got to do is we got to take that belt off, and then we can go ahead and hit all those bolts that's on the water pump. Now you can actually see where it's been leaking. See that right there? Somebody must have tried to put some stop leak in it, which you should never, ever, ever do. Maybe in a temporary cases, but no, don't put stop leak. Don't even put that in your tires either. So let's just go ahead and knock those bolts out and take it on out. Now there's two bolts that sit behind this idler pulley here. You got to take this idler out so you can access those two bolts. Maybe I get you a better shot there. See what I mean? You're not going to be able to get those two right there if that's in the way. now that you got the new water pump, make sure you take all the stuff off that's not needed, like that piece of plastic. Flip it on over. Make sure you get a gasket or seal, however you like. Make sure you install that correctly, because you'll be doing this thing all over again. Now I want to show you guys, see how you got these 5 bolts that are shorter than these other 3? Well, to make this a lot easier, start your long ones first, so because they come from the top and you can actually hang them a lot better and go right in. And of course, before you even attempt to install the new water pump, make sure you clean up the surface. Make sure you don't have any foreign materials that's going to keep it from sealing, and you'll be doing this all over again. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. Right, now that we got the new water pump in, now it's just a matter of putting everything back on that we took off. Starting with this idler pulley. All right, got everything assembled, got the water pump in there, belt on, pulley on, and everything else. But before I fill it up with antifreeze, what I want to do is I want to replace the coolant temperature sensor. It's not bad, or at least we don't think it's bad, but we're gonna do it anyways. Let me show you where it's at. It sits right there. You see that red plug? It sits right behind the alternator. Straight shot, good to go. It's gonna be easy to replace. So you gotta pop this little red safety clip, pop that up. They hit the little black tab on it. Pull that up, just like that. Take some pliers, pull it on up. There we go. Now grab yourself a 20mm. And just there we go. Let's grab the new one. Yeah. Right. Get it snug. You don't want to snap this thing in half. It's only brass and plastic among everything else on these cars, or cars in general. Plug your stuff back on up. There we go. Make sure you hear it click. Get your safety tab back in. Okay, when you got your funnel filled up and then it won't go down, that's because it's got an air pocket. And this procedure, you have to take your 8mm Allen wrench, and then you're gonna let the coolant escape. You're gonna hear all that air going tss. Don't be alarmed. That's what you need to do, and you'll see the coolant go down, believe me. All right. Sorry for the bad lighting. Well, after you got the coolant in it and you bled the system, make sure you drive it and make sure that it's not overheating, because that's going to suck again. Then you have to be bleeding it over again. So just come on in here, make sure that arrow is straight up and down on the temperature gauge. Now you guys are probably wondering where the don't get screwed by the dealer part of this video is. The don't get screwed by the dealer part is you saw how we did this water pump in the driveway at home, less than probably an hour. Well, the dealer, they're going to charge you about 3 hours at about $150 a pop. If you're lucky, maybe $100. But let's say just in labor costs, you're going to be at about $350, $400. Then you got to buy the part, which you can buy the part pretty cheap, which they're going to buy it pretty cheap also. And then they're going to mark it up by maybe 2.5%, 3%, so they can make a profit on it. But you can get the thing at cost on Amazon, in the link in the description below. And also too, you can buy yourself some antifreeze, because they're going to charge you for that. And you're going to cut through all that red tape. You're gonna do it yourself, less than an hour. It was in real time, so it wasn't sped up. And like I said, it's about the easiest water pump you'll ever do. So like I said, do it yourself, save some money, look at Amazon, the link in the description below, have it sent to the house, repair this thing for less than $100 bucks. Now with that being said, this officially ends this episode of Gas Diesel Garage. And if you enjoyed this episode, please make sure you like and subscribe. And remember, don't get screwed by the dealer. Peace.